Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I'm going to be doing a video on changing my tuners on my guitar to Musiclily locking tuners. They're gold colored ones. I actually won them in a draw on Musiclily's Instagram page, whatever you want to call it, Instagram channel. Awesome people to deal with. I highly recommend Musiclily to everyone who looking for guitar parts or needs parts to fix or customize their guitar. The price is awesome, the quality is awesome, and the service is beyond awesome. I just couldn't recommend them highly enough. Anyway, and I'm not just saying that because I won these. I bought lots of stuff from there too. Before I start, I was just going to give you a quick little tour of my music room here. If you look down here in the door, there's a keyboard. I'll bring you in the room a little bit here. We'll come stand in the center. Okay, so there we go. There's the keyboard. It's a poster I've had since I was like, I don't know, 18 or so. An acoustic guitar I'm working on. Little tiny acoustic that I picked up at like a garage sale or something. And what it was really cheap, like 20 bucks. Put some new strings on it. Plays great. It's a good travel guitar. It's a bit of a mess in here. Marshall amp down there. I'm working on it. Needs some stuff. Bunch of guitar cases over there. This is just my little Epiphone Les Paul Special 2. That's a Musiclily pick guard on there that I put on. I like it. Looks good. Makes the guitar look neat. Cool little guitar shelf my sister gave me from her store she owns. A cheap drum set I picked up for like $100 on Facebook Marketplace. I'm no drummer, but I can play a little bit. Ukrainian flag up there, because I am Ukrainian. Needs more cowbell. David Gilmour over there on the wall. Couple of amps, well, 3 amps actually up there. Is a little battery operated Dan Electro amp. It's great. I love that little thing. Fender, this is the one I use the most, and it's a Fender FM25 DSP. A lot of great sounds out of it. It sounds really good clean, and it sounds really good with the effects. PV Bandit 75, great amp, really loud, lots of power. Those are just a couple of cheap pedals that I haven't really had a chance to play with too much, those mini pedals. There's my main pedal board. I won't go over it. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there. This little shelf just has various tools and stuff. That's a pick box full of different size picks and stuff on top. But in those drawers are just tools, strings, parts, all that stuff. My desk, computer, microphone there. TV on the wall. Some stuff. Ukulele up in the corner there. And these are just some of the guitars I have. Bunch of, I won't get into that stuff. There's a little plastic one that I got at like a Goodwill store. Cheap little plastic kids guitar. It sounds really good. Anyway, I won't get into that. So what we're going to be doing today, I'll bring you over here. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay, so those are the tuners. They're just the stock Squier tuners. I've installed Musiclily roller string trees. I'm probably going to be swapping those out to gold ones when I get a chance. I've already swapped out the bridge, roller saddles, gold jack, input, output jack, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to get into that. I plan on changing the knobs eventually. Musiclily has some really cool knobs. It's looking very dusty. I play this guitar all the time. It sits upstairs beside my desk usually. So yeah, and those are the gold Musiclily locking tuners. I'll put a link to them below. Gonna need a few tools. You don't really need them, but wire cutters and a wrench. And so yeah, I'll just go at it here and you guys can watch along. Shouldn't take too terribly long. Just let me turn the microphone around here. Alrighty. Let's see here. Let's get you set up properly. Alright. So now I'm going to be replacing the strings because these strings are getting old anyway. But you don't really have to replace your strings when you do this. You can take them off and put them back on, whatever you need. I'm going to start by saying I haven't done this on this guitar before, so I don't even know what the if I have to drill them or not. We'll see. You're seeing it as I'm seeing it. I'm going to start by cutting the strings. Now, if you're worried about your neck or anything, you can do it one string at a time, one tuner at a time. I'm not worried about it. That out. That out. That gone. Alright, and this here is just a little clip-on tuner. I'll just take that off there, get out of the way. It's a neat little tuner, I recommend it. It's a little D'Addario or D'Addario, however you want to say it. And it's just one of the clip-on tuners, but it stays hidden behind the headstock. It's very handy, I like it a lot. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to just start by loosening these off. That one's already loose. That one's somewhat loose. These are all rather loose. Not surprisingly, because when I got this guitar it was missing strings and all beat up, and that's why I had to put a new bridge system on it. It was beat up. I paid $50 for this guitar and had to do some work to resolder the switches and such. Okay, so we'll start taking these off. That out. Now I'm thinking I'm going to probably have to drill these. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Let's just compare. The pins look to be about the right spot, if you can see that. Size-wise, they're will look to be similar. But I think the hole itself might be these might be too big and I might have to drill them. Let's just try one first off. What am I doing here? Yeah, they're gonna have to be drilled, I think. Or not. Just a second here. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put you on pause and show you guys what I mean here. So just a second. Un momento. All right, everyone. I'm back. I went ahead and took off all the tuners, the machine heads, whatever you want to call them. The new ones, the locking ones from Musiclily. Let me turn on some more light here. Don't know if that helps enough, but whatever. So the new ones, the whatever you want to call it, shaft size is the same. No problem there. Don't have to drill anything. And you can see that the little pins are the same space apart. The gold ones on the gold ones might be a little deeper. That's no problem. The issue I'm running into is you can see the distance between the pins and the shaft on that one, and the pins on the shaft on this one are different. Just off ever so slightly, about 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm going to have to do is, I'll show you here. Let me zoom back in on the guitar. Let's see, you can see that all right. Yeah, so I'm going to take these holes, I'm going to put a little bit of glue in there and put some toothpicks in till they're full and wait till it dries, or do it before it dries. Break the ends off the toothpicks and fill those holes, and then what I'm going to have to do is drill the new holes, which are just like really right next to this. If they were any further apart, I wouldn't even bother filling these, but they are, so I'm going to have to fill them before I drill them. Yeah, as you can see, they fit in there perfect, just the holes don't line up. It's my only issue. And the best way to mark them, let me see if you guys can see this all right, is I'm going to put these in, get these as straight as I can, and then tap that down to leave an impression. I already started to do this one. Let me see if you can see a little bit. It's hard to see on camera. You can see that little dent there? That's where the hole needs to be. So I could either enlarge these holes a little bit so I don't have to fill them, or I can fill them with sticks, or I can just enlarge these a little. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, I'm going to pause for now, and I will be back in a minute. Don't drop your guitar like that. All right, everybody. I came up with a compromise. Not really compromise. I kind of like this way better, actually. Doesn't involve me gluing and drilling new holes. First off, what I did was I took here is the normal pins as they stick up. And here's what I did. I clipped them. I didn't cut them completely flat. There's still a sharp edge sticking up. And I'll show you the reason for that. It was just like a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. So there you go. I'm going to show you how I did it. It's quite easy. I just took a pair of end nippers or end cutters. These are a small pair. A bigger pair would probably work better. But you can use just regular side cutters this size, or small or larger if you have them. I just basically put it on there close to the end but not right flush. Pinched, nipped it off. That's that. Now I'll show you what I did here. I've done them all except for one. I left one to show you guys. This one I haven't done yet. But what I did was I took this, what is it, 1/8 drill bit, I believe? Or maybe a 16th, I'm not sure. Whatever you need to fit the hole. Whatever you have is the same size as the pegs here, basically. And what I did was I put it in the hole. Doesn't need to go very deep. Start drilling, and then angle your drill back. And that's it. And that just makes the holes slightly oblong in this direction where you need them, moving the holes outward. And now the bonus to not clipping those off flush or filing them flush is the pins still fit in there, so this doesn't turn once it's tightened down. If you have no pins at all, these are kind of free to turn, and they're just relying on the nut itself to hold them in place. And as you saw how loose they were, they tend to come loose. So this works better. Fits perfect. Fits perfect. Excellent. So that's all you got to do. Now I'm going to go ahead and nip the rest of these off. I've only done, which one? These two. Fairly easy. I'll put it down here. Sorry, I forget I'm on camera. Let me see if I can come a little closer to you guys. So, where are we? There we go. So there we are. I've already got one off. So what I do is take this, put it on there. Need to cut my thumbnails. Get it on there, squeeze it, twist. Give it a couple twists to score all the way around the end. Bingo bongo, cut them off. But as you can see, they still protrude just enough so they'll grab instead of it twisting in the hole. And if you cut it off and it's still sticking out too much, you can always file it down a little. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting the rest of those, and I'll come right back to you. All right, everyone, I jumped ahead, went ahead while I had the camera off, and installed all 5 of them, and I left the last one to show you. Again, here's what it looks like with the the pins cut down but still slightly protruding. And another good reason for just cutting them down and not completely filing them flat, which is okay to do too. I mean, I'm not saying that anybody doing that is doing it wrong. But like I said, it holds it in place, but it also helps you line them up so they're straight. You don't want your tuners looking all wonky like Marty Feldman's eyes or something. So you just get that in, and it just automatically lines them up perfectly straight. If I turn these all the same way, you'll see how straight they are once I've got this tightened up. Let's get that in. A deep socket would work good. I think it's 10 millimeter. That on there. And you want this fairly snug, but I mean, not so tight. You don't want to strip out the threads on this. You just want it fairly tight so it bites in and doesn't go anywhere. So yeah, a socket would be better, but this works. I said you just want them fairly snug, pretty tight, but not, you're not tightening a crankshaft bolt on a Honda. So there you go. That's it. And like I said, if you look, they're all perfectly lined up. Let me get out of the way here. Show you. See how nice and straight they are and evenly spaced. It just works out perfect because of the leaving the little nubs on there. Turn them sideways and you'll see again how nice and even and straight they are. Because yeah, I've seen a couple people that have changed the tuners and they end up kind of wonky-assed. So there you go. One thing I'm going to show you. Just a second. Just take this. Sorry, I never claimed to be a professional at making videos. I just do what I do. Now, I know somebody's going to ask, why didn't you just get tuners that properly fit the guitar? I've ordered proper tuners. This is not the fault of Musiclily. They didn't send me the wrong tuners. And these are the tuners that they had the draw for. So these are the tuners I want, and this is the guitar I want to put them in. That's that. And you see how easy it was. I mean, literally, that didn't take very long at all. And it's just the way it is. I've gotten different tuners that were supposed to be perfect for the guitar I ordered, and they came slightly off. It's just the way it is with aftermarket stuff. The only thing you're going to get to fit perfectly on any guitar is an OEM replacement part. You can get a Fender part or a Gibson part for a Gibson, an Ibanez for an Ibanez, and that's the only way you're going to guarantee that it's perfect. Now somebody's going to, I know I'm also going to get a question of why locking tuners, what's the point? Let me just give you a quick little demo here. So we'll put that in through the string hole. Just a second. So there you go. Okay, that's in there. You can see. I don't know how well you can see that string, but you see it slides in and out easily. So particularly when you're using a tremolo or whammy bar, the guitar can tend to go out of tune as it lets tension off of here. The string can slip. Even when it's wrapped around a few times, it'll still slip. So what you do is when you tighten this down, it's a screw that comes up through inside the peg in the hole, pushes up and locks the string in place. So you don't even have to reef on it, just finger tight and that string isn't going anywhere. Look at that. And again, just loosen it off. Out it comes. Easy as that. So there you go. You got any questions? Just ask down below. I'm going to go ahead and put the strings on this. You guys don't need to see any of that. That's it. That's how you install Musiclily locking tuners on your Fender Squier Stratocaster. The process is pretty much the same for most guitars. Double-sided heads, or you'll have different tuners, of course, but the process is all the same, and it's really easy. I mean, some tuners have screws on this side. Those ones won't have pins, but it's the same process. It's really not difficult. One thing I've noticed is there's a lot of people that play guitar and want to do things to their guitar, but they're afraid to do it. I don't know. There's nothing to be scared of. Just go ahead and do it. If this were a $5,000 Gibson Les Paul, would I do the same thing? Probably not, but knowing me, maybe. You know, it's not harming the value of the guitar. But also you got to look at, when you have, say, a $5,000 Gibson guitar, it better come with some pretty damn fine tuners on it. So you shouldn't be replacing those anyway. So yeah, if you're just working on your guitar, you know, a $500 and under guitar, and you just want to do it yourself, go ahead, fool around, experiment, play with things, make it yours. That's what it's about. And again, yeah, I'll put a link to the Musiclily website down below, or their Amazon site, and you guys can check it out. It's a great place. Before I go, one thing I just want to notice is the guitar itself, is the body of the guitar is sitting on a chamois from, I got it at Home Hardware or Home Depot for like $10, and it just stops the guitar from getting scratched. I keep one in the garage on the workbench too for anything you're working on. It just works really good and stops the guitar from getting scratched and stops the guitar from scratching whatever it is you're setting it on. So that's it. Really, without recording it for video and fooling around, you could probably have this done in half an hour from the time you set the guitar down until you pick it up to play again. It's really that simple. So yeah, again, if you have any questions, just ask down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day. Alright everyone, so there they are. I got the tuners on, the clip-on tuner back on. Got her all tuned up, sounds good. New strings are always nice. I'm not trying to dazzle you with my playing because I'm not that good, frankly. I'm just showing you that they hold their tune well and sound good. I mean, yeah, again, sound good. Come back in tune after using the whammy bar. Anyway, that's about it. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching and have a great day.